Okay, day trader, another video here, and today you got it right. We are going to be talking about tips for new day trader. So you probably heard a lot about day trading, either from online or from a friend or a family member, but a lot of times I don't think people tell you exactly how to succeed in day trading, right? Because we all know there are a lot of expectations and a lot of hopes and potential in the market of making a lot of money. That's a fact. But the thing about it is, we should be asking ourselves, why does it take so much longer to make a lot of money as we see other people already making a lot of money in the market? So today we are going to be talking about some tips that you should keep in mind as a new day trader. And tip number one, you should take your time as a day trader. Take your time and learn, right? I remember the first time, I think I said this before on my channel, I remember the first time I went to class to, because I went to kind of like a formal school, brick and mortar school, to learn how to do day trading. I remember the first time I went in there, the instructor was like, all you got to do in this industry is to learn how to follow your rules and you're going to make a lot of money, right? And hearing that, right away, I assumed I was going to start making a lot of money, right? And then because I was like, what? It's very easy to just, follow your rules and just make money. But I had to find out 3.5 years later that it's not that easy to just follow your rules, and just make a lot of money. Which of course that's the fact, that if you follow your rules, if you do exactly what you say you're going to do, you are going to be making a lot of money. So I would say take your time, learn from somebody who you see is actually making profit, right? Not online gurus, not somebody who's just trying to sell you stuff and only showing you profits and just trying to sell you a course. Take your time and learn from somebody who you know is actually willing to teach you. Not somebody who you buy the course for online and then you can only talk to them probably once or twice the entire time, right? So find somebody who can mentor you and learn. Read books, read, a lot of article about day trading. Read about what keeps day traders back. Why is 90% or 95% of day traders failing versus only 5% making it? So I'll say take your time. Point number one, take your time, learn. And then point number two, go with prop firms, right? If you are new to day trading and you don't know what prop firms are companies who basically allow you to pay a very small fraction of the total capital that they put into your account. Now, a lot of people might say it's SIM. That's fine, but if you get funded, you do get paid, right? So they'll give you SIM accounts where you will be purchasing them for them with just a small amount of money. For example, now it depends on what company you go with. It could be TopStep, Apex Trader Funding, TraderFi, Take Profit Trader, a lot of other guys out there. I would say don't put your own money into your accounts, but instead buy these platforms account, because then that way, as a new trader or as a beginner day trader, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. And if you are making mistakes with hardcore money of your own, I would tell you definitely it's not worth it, right? Because you're going to really lose all that money. But if you go with a platform, you have a shot at making some money while you are also learning as well. I would definitely say go with those platforms, find the one that's best suit your trading style and that you think you can learn from them as quickly as possible so that you can go on to advance your career with day trading. 3, I would say build one strategy. As a beginner day trader, we all try to find different strategy that works for us. Or we're watching YouTube videos, or one of our uncles trades, the other person trades, our friend trades, and then we strategy hop. I will tell you, from my 3.5 years of experience, I would tell you to find one strategy. If you can find your uncle's strategy that works, I would say find it and tweak it according to how you can trade, right? Find a base strategy that already works and then just add your own stuff to it. But stop trying to find strategy that from John and Paul and Peter and Bill. Just find one strategy that works and then stick to it and use that. Because the thing about day trading is that you just got to find one thing that works and replicate it. Just like McDonald's, everywhere you go, McDonald's, the same ingredient, and just one recipe that they found that they know works, that people like, and they just replicate that throughout the country and throughout the world. So it's the same thing as day traders. What we want to do is to find one strategy that works. Now it's going to take you a little bit of time. That's why I say it's good to find somebody who already has a strategy, and then you can just tweak it instead of building one from scratch. Because at the end of the day, what it boils down to is getting the market and trading supply and demand. I don't care what kind of different stuff you use or indicators and stuff that you use out there. At the end of the day, it really boils down to supply and demand. So I'll say find one strategy that works and stick to it and replicate each and every day. And then number 4, I would tell you to pay yourself. As a beginner day trader, from the beginning, you might not make money probably for the first year or 2 years or 3 years. Some people actually, if you are using prop firms, you might be able to get your first payout within a few months. But when you get those payouts, I would tell you definitely pay yourself. Buy you a computer, upgrade some of your equipment, go out, have dinner, with family or friends or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband. But I would definitely tell you pay yourself. Buy you something tangible that you can see, feel, and touch, so that you can know that yes, this actually works. Because a lot of times when the money is just online, we don't really regard it as real money. That's how I see it. Like if I'm just punching in numbers and stuff, I don't really see it as actual money. Like I want to feel it to know that yeah, this is actual money. And then that also builds, because if you are paying yourself, you are building and boosting your confidence. That's what it is. You are building and boosting your confidence. Like, okay, this actually works. Now you are programming or reprogramming your brain to know and think that this thing is real. This thing actually works. I'm not just here pressing buttons and not making the wise decisions, but actually taking profit and paying yourself helps you understand that this is real and we are, making actual money here. That helps you a lot. So, and then number 5, I would encourage you, don't tell anybody that you are trading, whether it's your family member, your friends, your co-workers, whoever it is. Do not tell them that you are a day trader, because the fact that everybody, whether people who trade or not, knows that 95% of day trader lose or quits. A lot of them, I think they quit, but a lot of them lose money. Whenever you tell people that you are a day trader, everybody sees it as a negative thing. And then you have to spend a lot of time convincing them that, oh yeah, people actually do make money in this market, and people do this and do that and do that. Do not tell anybody that you are a day trader, because you're going to spend a lot of time convincing them that this works, especially if you tell people about the prop firms industry that, hey, you can actually pay someone $100 and leverage $100K in an account and then make profit, and then you and the company have a 90-10 split. People don't understand that. Because people be asking, what if you lose $100,000? What? People are already skeptical, right? So you're going to spend a lot of time trying to explain to these people and convince them. In fact, they're not even interested in day trading, but they just want to see, right, from the start, because that's not something a lot of people can understand. It's a vision, it's a dream, it's you have it in your mind. They don't see the picture, they don't see the bigger picture. A lot of people who are doing 9 to 5, who are probably taking about a year and a half to make 60K. If you tell them that, for example, you traded with Apex Trader Fund in 20 accounts and just made 40K in 2 weeks, they're not going to wrap their head around that, right? So people are going to be very skeptical, and to avoid all of that, I will encourage you not to tell anybody about your day trading journey or your career. And then lastly, I will encourage you as a beginner day trader, do not quit your job, right? Because we come in the market and we see the potential of how much this market can make. You see that, because this is one of the things I did when I started day trading, right? I was working at a college as a student specialist, and I was trading my own money at the time. This is when I just started trading. I was trading my own money, and then I realized that, hey, I can actually make my entire week or entire month salary just by sitting here. So I am going to quit my job. So I will encourage you not to quit your job. Do not quit your job. Stay at your job until you have at least 3 to 6 months worth of bill pays, because in case something happens and you were not able to get any payout or you were not able to make any money, you still have time to fall back, go back to work, and keep grinding from there. again, you have to understand the worst thing that can happen in the market, the only thing guaranteed in this market is that you are going to lose your money. That's the only thing guaranteed. Nothing else is guaranteed, but you're losing all your money. So in order to avoid that and having to start from zero all the time, I would say wait until you have 3 to 6 months of bill pays, and then you have some money on the side. And now you can quit your job if you want to. That way you have some buffer, you have some you know, pillows and cushion in between there where you can play out, you can play it around and stuff. So that's it for today. If you have any other questions, any other video you want me to make, I encourage you, shoot me a text or leave it in the comment below, and then that will be my next video. And then actually my next video is going to be talking about different platforms and why I would encourage you to choose certain platforms over the other one. So peace out. I'll see you and have a good day.